Number one, stop interrupting your son whenever he's speaking to you. Stop interrupting your son whenever he's talking. I see a lot of black mothers who lack the emotional intelligence that it takes to have, a productive conversation. And whenever you're communicating with your son, it can chip away at his self-esteem, his confidence, and it can make him feel like what he is saying is not really important at all. It also affects the things that he thinks and feels about himself. And some of the immediate results can be, arguing with you, despising of you, talking to you less, leaving the house unauthorized, choosing friends who are in similar situations but will at least listen to him. Future results can be, criminal activity, trust issues, having a lot of trust issues, choosing partners who will continue that particular process, abuse in relationships, increase in sexual activity with different partners, numerous partners, and continue self-esteem issues, if you will, and also what is ever unique to your son's particular situation. So black mothers, stop interrupting your son whenever he's speaking. Number two, black mothers, stop screaming and yelling at your sons and so much in general in the house. In a lot of the work that I do with young black men and their mothers, or just black families in general, the kids say, but particularly the young black men will tell me, I don't really mind though what my mom tells me to do, but as soon as she starts screaming and yelling, I don't want to do it no more. Now, a message to you young black sons is that if you do what you're supposed to do whenever it needs to be done, you don't give your mother the chance to need to scream and yell at you. So make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do whenever it needs to be done. You can nip that in the butt easily. Very simple with just doing what you are supposed to do when it needs to be done. Also, one of the reasons why yelling and screaming is a negative aspect in the home is because it affects the family dynamics. It affects the familial interactions, if you will. And it also affects the individual health of the people within the family. Because as we know, stress breaks down the body and it kills people slowly. So black mothers, stop yelling and screaming at your sons. Number three, and this one I anticipate will probably get a little bit of criticism, but that's just what it is. Black mothers, you must understand that your son and men in general listen more when you speak less. Your son is not your girlfriend, your BFF, FFFF, and they do not process information the same way. Whenever speaking to men in general, whenever speaking to your son, you have a much smaller window of opportunity and gap in relaying the information that you have to relay before your son starts to psychologically drift away. And black mothers, that does not mean saying everything that you have to say within a 10-second duration. That means being very clear, being concise within a smaller time frame. So it's being more effective in what you say and being more effective in how you say it. So remember and understand that when communicating with your son and or with men in general, we listen more when you speak less. Number four, black mothers, understand that your son is not your friend, your homie, your ace, or none of that. Nor is he the man in the house. And what that can do is that it can cause role confusion. It can cause role confusion. If you're calling your son the man in the house and then you give him a directive to go clean his room, he has a hard time comprehending why he needs to listen and comply to somebody who is on an equal playing field as he is. Role confusion. Also, the man of the house has sex with the woman of the house. So, I pray that, you're not getting down with your son like that, But seriously, if you're calling your son the man of the house and then you're punishing him for trying to be the pack leader, this, again, can cause role confusion. So just call your son what he is, your son. Number five, black mothers, start dealing with your own baggage. And we are not speaking to you, and I'm not speaking to you pejoratively, and I'm not trying to defame who you are as a black mother. But start to deal with your own baggage. Unfortunately, black women, you have been through a lot of negative situations as children and as adults. Molestation, rape, physical abuse, a lack of interaction with healthy and positive men that give you a model of what it is, what you need to maybe search for in terms of cohabitating and raising healthy children. But let me use the analogy of a plant. If you have a plant, two plants, so one is raised in or is growing in healthy water, and the other one is growing in unhealthy water, just that's going to happen. They're both going to grow, but one's going to grow up a little more healthy, or maybe even a lot more healthy than this one over here that is growing in unhealthy water. It's the same thing with children. If you are raising your children in an unhealthy environment versus a child who's been raised in a more healthy environment, this child, it's more likely that this child is going to be raised and become an unhealthy person as opposed to this particular child who's being raised in a healthy environment. It's more likely for this child to be a more healthy adult and to function more productively and to become more successful, if you will. All right? So deal with your own baggage. Do not run from your baggage. If you need to come to Perspective LLC, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, Perspective LLC has a great life coaching program, a great anger management program. There's Global Wellness LLC. There's Vision Towards Peace counseling services. But I encourage you to find a great service, not a good service, to find a great service that you can find confidence in, and that you can find a particular service that provides the needs that are specific to you, whether it be the church, the mosque, or whatever it is. This is Shawn Francis-Coleman, and I am your life coach.